best way to fight negative thoughts? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today brought to you by DreamBizChat.com. DreamBizChat.com is specifically for business owners and executives looking to take their business to the next level. Go check it out. It's all about the dream business transformation. Quick little video there at DreamBizChat.com. Link is in the description. Make sure you click on that wherever you're at. We're going to talk about mindset again. Last night we talked a little bit about mindset, and I wanted to continue on a lot of the same concepts because these are some things that have helped me out a lot in life, and I don't talk about them probably enough. And this is one that gets brought up a lot, is how do you fight off negative thoughts? There's a lot of ways to do it. There's not just one way to do it, but that I found something that I consider the best way of handling it. The most common solution for fighting negative thoughts that you'll hear most self-help gurus and other people say is to fight it off with positive thoughts. Start focusing on positive thoughts. Focus on positivity. Focus on the good things in life. Take your mind away from the negative thoughts and on to positive thoughts. And that works to an extent, except if you're down deep low enough, you really need something pretty hardcore high to get you going in the opposite direction. And then, more than likely, if you get in that pattern over time where you're too low and you get too high, you just keep bouncing back and forth, and you end up being diagnosed as manic depressive, bipolar, depending on who's talking about it. I don't know what the common term is today, but it's extreme highs, extreme lows, and you're not really happy when you're either way. What I've always found that's worked for me is kind of sticking in the middle. And whenever I feel myself dipping too high or too low, there's two things, and similar to last night, there's two things that I've found are usually an issue. The first thing that I pay attention to is nutrition. Have I eaten well today? Have I had all my supplements or anything else that I know affect my overall mood? Have I taken care of myself in those terms? Have I exercised? And I count that in the same realm as nutrition, even though it's obviously it's something else, but it's basic body management, I guess is what you'd call it. Have you taken care of your body today? I know I've talked about the exercises that I do in the past. When I do certain exercises, if I'm doing it consistently throughout the week, not every day, but like every other day, my mood is affected heavily in a good way if I'm up on that. Most exercises don't do it for me. I have a couple that I've adapted for myself that have made a big difference. So that's the first thing to look for. So what am I eating? What am I doing with my body? And is there anything in there that will give me a clue as to why I might be a little down in the dumps? The second thing that I watch for, instead of trying to fight negative thoughts, a little trick in the title there, when I talk about fighting negative thoughts, instead of fighting it, learning how to sit back from it and just watch it. And just watch it and don't participate. Because a negative thought initially is trying to get you involved. It has a quicksand-like consistency to it, and the more you struggle in quicksand, the deeper you fall into it. But if you can just sit still, it's more likely you're not going to get pulled in, or at least pulled in as quickly. And the same thing's true of your thoughts. If you can just sit and watch it, you can find a way out of it, or it'll eventually dissolve away. If you can just sit back and just let it be and act like it's almost like a cloudy day. It's the best analogy I can come up with is that a cloud will come over and you can't do anything about it. It's just the weather. The weather's going to change. It may be the seasons, it may be whatever, but that we're just dealing with a little bit of weather right now. You wait long enough, that cloud's going to pass and the sun is going to come out. And I found the same thing true for myself. If I just wait it out and don't fight it, and don't try to play with the thought or try to argue with the thought or try to say, well, it's not that bad and everything else. Just watch it, don't fight it, and know that these things are going to change because they always have in the past. And eventually you come up out of it. Even earlier today, I felt myself down in the dumps a little bit. And I know it was because of what I was eating, and it was, or lack thereof, and also it was because of lack of exercise. And the other thing was, I knew it's about that time. Every once in a while, whether it's biological or otherwise, something happens to where things are going to go down a little bit for a while. That's okay. It's not that big a deal. You just wait it out, and everything takes care of itself eventually. That what really makes a person really get deeply depressed is when you don't handle your health when you're just in the beginning of it, and that encourages it, and then you try and fight the thoughts, you try and argue with the thoughts, and you get caught up in that realm of the mind. It's best just to pull back, watch it. Nothing wrong with negative or positive thoughts at all, as long as you don't play with them too much, as long as you don't make yourself your thoughts, because you're not your thoughts. It's a function of the brain, and believe it or not, you're not your brain. If you step back away from your thoughts and you notice that they keep going, they work without you. At least that's what I found in my experience. So a little bit of psychology thrown in there with mindset, and with a little hint of spirituality in there. Hopefully that's helpful to you. We're going to have more of this type of thing in the future, but we deal with a lot of real world hard facts over and over again. Sometimes I like to get a little ethereal. So in the future, we're going to talk about more principles like this, but also get deep into strategies and use some hard examples and really get into details of tactics as we go along. If you've watched any of these episodes, you'll notice we're going to go all over the place with that, and I'll be offering more things in the future, books, courses, and other things that you can participate in. I'd love to be able to get together with you and find out what you're dealing with and see where we can help you. So in the long run, come on back here on a regular basis. We're back here every day here at Brian J. Pombo Live. You can listen to us on podcasts. You can watch us on nearly any social media out there, or at least the main outlets out there. We're available. So come on back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.